Yeah, here we go, y'all. This is number 6 of the Novice Healing Artist podcast. And I am your host, Joaquin Roland, and I'm so honored to be here with you. There's nothing more that I love to do than to turn you on to energy medicine, the healing arts. This is a show for novices, people who are just into the healing arts, people that want to go further into the healing arts. We have it all for you. The whole goal is to give you a grounded understanding of energy and energy as medicine and lifestyle medicine. That's what I am all about. I'm about living it. And so today we are going to be talking about Ayurveda, which is basically the key of lifestyle medicine. So the title of this show is How to Understand Energy Better Through Ayurveda's Ancient Science. So I am thrilled beyond measure to talk about Ayurveda. I'm not an expert, but I do have to say I have been living accordingly to the principles of Ayurveda for a very long time. And so I guess that's where I'm just going to start off. I'm going to take these headphones off. I like my mix. And I'm going to just share with you how I've used Ayurveda, the science of life, to enhance the quality of my life, to know when to say yes and know when to say no. And that's what Ayurveda teaches you. Ayurveda, the way I've always described it, as a schematic. And when you learn the schematic, it's an energetic schematic. And when you learn about the energetics of the schematic, until today, so I just want to finish my thought here. You can overlay this schematic over anything. You could overlay it over a human being. You could overlay this schematic over a plant, medicine, anything in nature. You could peer into it a little bit deeper. It's amazing. When you understand the language of energy and energetics, the unseen can become more visible, more seen. And I feel like it's almost like a spirit language. We can get closer to things, to the spirit of things. So imagine getting closer to the spirit of a person, the spirit of people. So studying, I found Ayurveda through an amazing book called The Yoga of Herbs. And in my last episode, I talked about it in the Plants or Pills episode. And if you haven't heard that one, go check it out. It's a really fun one. And my teacher, my herbology teacher, I went through an amazing course back in the day. And we had to read this book by Dr. Vasant Lad and David Frawley. And it's this book right here. The Yoga of Herbs. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Okay. And it just gave me a great sense of energy, and so the schematic that they used and what we're going to go over today, which is very fun, it's called the Doshas. And so the Doshas, so immediately we step into the realm of the law of 3, which to me is positive, right, which would be my right hand, neutral would be my heart, and then negative, which would be the left hand. So there's 3. The play of 3 is very, very prominent in life, okay? And so what we're aiming to do is not only balance our constitution, which is a dosha, we're trying to go beyond that, all right, which is to cultivate chi, which is to support one's vital life force energy. So I would say as a human being, and my philosophy is very vital. I'm a vitalist. Okay, I love saying that. It just feels visceral, vital, and just vivacious and amazing. So we're gonna jump into that, but I just want to just get back into it's a lifestyle. Once you learn your dosha, you kind of learn more about yourself. I know who I am. I know what my constitution is. I know the things that I should stay away from. I know the things that I probably need to have more of. And these things that I'm talking about are namely foods and drinks and activities. It's just things we do. It's a living thing. It's so yeah, the science of life. Ayurveda has been around for, in the books they say 3,000 years, 5,000 years. I got to say it's got to be a lot more than that. Who's ever downplaying those numbers? I think, this is some ancient wisdom. Number one, this is purely ancient wisdom. So, I can't really give you the overall story or history of Ayurveda, which I would love to. Like I said, I'm not an expert of it. I am a pure lover and fan of Ayurveda. And like I said, I've been living its wisdom for a long time, and it's taken really good care of me. At the time, the reason why I'm sharing this work is because Ayurveda is like a gateway to understanding the elements, the 5 elements, right? And us, humanity, humans. And so the 3 doshas are the elements embodied. And so when I found my mentor's book, which is the reason for me even being right here, right now, but I found that book studying with my herbology teacher, Candace, and it's this book right here. This book right here, Esoteric Anatomy by Bruce Berger. And I found this book at Candace's place, and it's a story that I will tell later. I tell it in the book, and how I came to stealing the book from Candace so that I can have my very own copy of this book. But when I found this book, and I just opened it up to a few pages, it was like a lightning rod hit me, and I was like, this is it. He did it. He connected bodywork and energy medicine and somatic psychology. This was in 2000, all right? Okay, this was just trend-setting stuff and cutting edge, as Bruce would say, stuff. This was Ayurvedic energy medicine, Ayurvedic bodywork, Ayurvedic philosophy, somatic psychology, all validated through the Vedas. So highly recommend this book. My book, The Human Touch, is a premise for this book. This book is super heady. This book is the Bible of energy medicine. I highly recommend it. But before you buy it, I would highly recommend buying my book first, or buy both together, because my book is intentionally a primer for this book so that you can absorb the amazing wisdom and intelligence that Bruce charismatically just like put out there into the world. It's amazing. All right. So it's a lifestyle thing. We're on a lifestyle journey. This is my whole mission here, is that you get to peer into your own lifestyle and how you can make tweaks to improve it. I want you to be able to be a scientist with your life, as Ayurveda is begging us to do. It's called the science of life. Okay. So we're going to get into the doshas. So there's 3 doshas. One of them is called Vata, and then the other one is Coffa, and the other is Pitta. Okay? And so Vata represents like ether and air element, which is that neutral state. Okay? And then Coffa represents the elements of water and earth. And then Pitta is purely fire. Okay. So I've got some notes here that I've written down for some doshas. And what I've done is put together a free download of a PDF of a test, of a doshic test that you can take. And you might want to take it once or twice, but just take it. It gives you an overall sense of what your dosha is. So I'll put that in the show links below to take your test. So it's really fun. Okay, and that's, again, I also have to say that my mission here is to make the healing arts fun and engaging. Okie dokie. So our basic doshas. So here we go. Vata. Its qualities are cold, dry, light, swift, mobile, irregular, and rough. Okay, so we're just painting with large strokes, but you can already see where we're going. So a person that is Vata-like, and I'm sure you know these types: thin, light, wiry frame, highly intelligent, air element, okay, dry skin, hair, lips and joints, so a little poppy, cracky, creaky, extreme sensitivity to wind and cold. They need to layer up big time in order to feel grounded and supported and secure in their body. Erratic in their appetite and irregular in their digestion. Just kind of flighty when imbalanced and ungrounded. But when balanced, they can be creative, very artistic, very open-hearted and minded. As you hear that wind out there blowing, the chime is going. We have a storm coming through the mountains. It's amazing. I hope we get some snow on the mountain. Oh, so open-minded, tolerant of others, and energetic. So they have energy. Okay. So we tend to know these folks, wiry in frame, super intelligent, and super kind, and just very tolerant. Okay, so we're going to get into Coffa. So the dosha of Coffa, the time of the year is late winter. It's early spring, wet, oily, heavy, dense, static, and mobile. This is the type of person that's just more like very steady, grounded, big boned, kind of like mama, just a hard time to say, but just like the ideal mother of sorts, just like round and just soft and cuddly, very grounded, very steady. Steady is a good word, very grounded. So some of the other things about them would be like a stocky build, a large, strong frame, full lips, round face, soft, thick, oily hair, wavy, plentiful, just voluptuous, big eyes, very clear, very clear. The eyes are very clear and beautiful, very intolerant of cold and damp environments, very steady appetite. They also have a tendency towards congestion. Could be a heavy sleeper, might sleep in a lot or slow to get up, just kind of sluggish, but very grounded. This is the type of person that's really grounded. This is, all these types are good friends. They make great friends when imbalanced. Easygoing, stable, but resistant to change. And again, this is the earth element and water element. So just very stable, reliable. You can really count on someone that is of the Coffa type. All right. And the final one is Pitta. And the time of the year is summer. Fire element. I mean, right off the bat, I'm thinking of like a red-headed person with freckles and blue eyes. Boom. Just those blue eyes are almost like hot fire. Just very fiery. So hot, oily, light, mobile, sharp, soft, and smooth. Those are the qualities that go with. A medium size and build, ruddy coloring, fair skin, maybe moles and freckles. The extremities are warm. So that just means like good circulation. It's got like that ruddy color, good circulation, and robust and healthy appetite, prone to inflammation, any sort of things like, so, a pitta, like drinking too much alcohol, not a good thing. They'll show it right away. They'll show it in their nose. They'll show it in their brow, their eyes. They'll wear it on their face really, really obviously. They'll show that inflammation, redness in the skin. Okay. Intelligent leadership. We're talking a real leader. Powerful, clear, focused mind. Okay. They like sleep pretty good. Sleep pretty moderately. Aggressive, quick-tempered, and overly ambitious. And they're just intelligent folks. They're great conversationalists. So those are your 3 doshas. The reason why I like to talk about the 3 doshas and about this energy work and energy in general is, again, it's a gateway. It's a bridge between humanity, humans, and the 5 elements. So again, we're going to be discovering the elements. Again, my book, The Human Touch, the elements of energy medicine. The elements are such a key role in understanding the self, others, nature, life in general. And so we embody the elements. So this thumb here is ether, air, pointer finger, fire, middle finger is what fires people up. And then we've got the water element, ring finger, and then the earth element right here. So we embody the 5 elements. We are energetic. So it's an amazing thing, just being human and being here. And so I'm going to look for something real quick that I wanted to share with you and read as kind of like a meditation. So bear with me here. And here it is. Okay. So this is a contemplation of the higher self. So maybe give yourself a moment to take a nice deep breath. To even step into the possibility of contemplating your higher self right now. Let go of any expectation of having a phenomenal experience. Union with the self is supersensory, beyond the mind and senses. The process is one of evolving your consciousness through a day-to-day organic process of self-realization. We make the self real in our lives by creating the space to be with the self, the soul, the spirit. We actualize our higher self by investing our lives in it. The sages tell us, what your mind contemplates, you become. Every thought is a prayer. You build your world through your moment-to-moment thoughts, feelings, and desires. Passionately desire to know the self. Take the energy you have invested in obsession with your pain and suffering and refocus it into a passion to be free. Move the energy which has been invested in the distractions and trivialities of life to an earnest quest for freedom. The eyes are the window to the soul. We can catch a glimpse of the light of life, the presence through the eyes. Many seekers have made a leap in consciousness through the simple practice of mirror work. It is valuable to take a few minutes each day, sitting in front of a mirror at eye level, to practice the classic, who am I? Contemplation. So it's a who am I contemplation, given us by the great 20th century sage, Sri Ramana Maharishi. And so here it is. Maybe you could find yourself in front of a mirror sometime and replay this. This is coming out of Esoteric Anatomy. This is page 119 and 120. And I highly recommend purchasing this book. Soul Communion, the Ultimate Medicine by Maharishi. Right? I'm saying this. Let me say his name right. Sri Ramana Maharishi. Who am I? I have a body, but I am not my body. I can see and feel my body, and what can be seen and felt is not the true seer. My body may be tired or excited, sick or healthy, heavy or light, but that has nothing to do with my inward I. I have a body, but I am not my body. I have desires, but I am not my desires. I can know my desires, and what can be known is not the true knower. Desires come and go, floating through my awareness, but they do not affect my inward I. I have desires, but I am not my desires. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. I can feel and sense my emotions, and what can be felt and sensed is not the true feeler. Emotions pass through me, but I do not affect my inward I. Let me rephrase that. But they do not affect my inward I. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I can know and intuit my thoughts, and what can be known is not the true knower. Thoughts come to me and thoughts leave me, but they do not affect my inward I. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I am what remains, a pure center of awareness, an unmoved witness of all these thoughts, emotions, feelings, and desires. So I wish you so much love and light through this week, through your day, through your life, every day, every second, every minute, every moment. I wish you so much love and beauty. So much so, I want to offer you the awesome test of the Dosha test, and I want to offer you a free gift of a beautiful mantra that me and my wife created. My wife goes as Arinda Blue, and we created a mantra called the Gayatri mantra. We didn't create it. It's one of the oldest prayers known, but we recorded it 108 times, and it's this beautiful track that just puts you in such a meditative, contemplative, heart-opening space, and it can only enhance the quality of your life. So I'm going to leave that especially here in the show notes for this one as well. So there'll be 2 gifts for you to pick up if you'd like. And with that, friends, I'm going to say this has been a great episode. This has been sponsored by this show. I'm going to say it's been sponsored by The Human Touch and Esoteric Anatomy, The Body as Consciousness. Pick up those 2 books. You could pick up a pre-copy of The Human Touch on my website at joaquinroland.com. And right now I am blogging it, so feel free to go check out the blog, because every week I'm blogging once or twice an excerpt or a chapter from the book. I wish you so much love, and may all beings, may you become peaceful, happy, and free. Oh.